Welcome to another episode on our channel. So we are finally getting done with our Justice League collection. And this is the last figure, Cyborg, on a Hot Toys stand, Cyborg Hot Toys figure, next to a very customized Arthur Stone figure that I made to complement, to be the civilian counterpart to Cyborg. And this is really heavily customized. I'll go through it in quite a bit of detail when we get to it. But what we'll do right now, though, is get this Hot Toys figure on a turn tray and actually not turn it at first, but just get some close-ups from here, the bottom of the stand, all the way to the top of the head. So we'll be right back. So here is the Hot Toys Justice League stand. Again, very uniform with all the stands we've seen in this set. As we go up, you're going to see Cyborg. I mean, he is covered in metal, silver, nice silver color. He does light up in spots, but I think you've probably seen this figure before and don't need to have things lit up again, but it's very nicely done. He weighs a little bit. I do like that the eye lights up, and it's a great head sculpt. So there you go. We'll do a side-to-side look too, so you can see more of the head sculpt here. So you can see he's fully armored, and of course, part of his face is armored as well, but that eye does light up on the side with the red pupils showing, I guess. And there's the human side. All right. So what we'll do now is we'll get Victor Stone on a rotating scale and talk a little bit more about him. And yeah, and talk a lot about what he comes with in terms of customization. So we'll be right back. We are back, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Ray Fisher. I wish I could give you more. It's just that there's not much information out there on him. And that may be because he's done more theater than he has movies. So he was raised by his mother and grandmother and has one older sister. Got interested in acting or drama, I should say, due to an English teacher and a history teacher, I believe. Their influences on him kind of encouraged him to go in this direction. Ended up doing a lot of theater work. I guess the most notable role, very beginning of his career, was playing Muhammad Ali in Fetch Play. And then had a bit part performing as Cyborg in Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. And then Justice League, the first movie of Justice League in 2017, he performed as Cyborg again, but ran into some difficulties with the director of the movie and a DC executive. And it sounds like, and wouldn't be surprising, that he might have been blacklisted for a bit because of those conflicts. And fortunately, though, he was able to reprise his role as Cyborg in a follow-up Justice League movie, and obviously has done well in that domain. He is the first Black actor to be part of the DC superhero universe. So that's interesting in and of itself. There is a lot of customization of this figure. And I think what we'll do is move to the turn tray and start with the stand, go all the way up to the top, and then probably segue into the accessories that I used for him. Created a lot of this out of nothing, so to speak, just stuff lying around. So we will be right back. So I think I'll talk about the figure instead of the accessories for now, but you can see his, oh, let me back up. The stand is just a piece of wood. It's not a floor sample this time. So I have a number of figures that have floor sample stands and some with just wood stands, but everything is wood per se. So anyway, the stand is homemade by my husband and myself. And as we move up, you can see his black shoes. You can see the jeans that he has on. It's a bit darker than the one set of jeans on Ezra Miller, who performed as Barry Allen, the civilian counterpart to the Flash. I've got a black shirt on him and a black collared brown or tan jacket. And I thought that made a nice contrast with the beard I put on this head sculpt, which is probably a DID head sculpt, a soldier of some form. It had a bald head, and I went ahead and put the Magic Sculpt on the head to fabricate hair, and I actually added a beard and mustache to this figure. In retrospect, the beard and the mustache should be a bit lighter, not as full, but sometimes you can only do what you can with Magic Sculpt. So it ended up being a bit fuller than I wanted it to be, but that's the best I could do. When we do zoom in on him in terms of the head sculpt, you'll see that one of his eyes has a fuzzier look to it to replicate Cyborg, so to speak. I think that was accidental, actually. As I was putting Magic Sculpt on, some of the material got on his eye, and I couldn't get it completely off without taking the paint off. So it just ended up being the correct eye that got a little blurred over. So I was actually, that mistake was actually a blessing, so to speak. So anyway, highly customized head sculpt and my version of Victor Stone. So we'll pause now and do some side to side shots, get a close up of his head sculpt, and then try to look over the accessories that were made out of nothing, basically, just things lying around the house. We'll be right back. So I believe this is a Dragon and Dreams head sculpt that I really modified a lot with Magic Sculpt. Put some hair on him, or put some sculpt on him and made it look like hair and painted it, and then the beard on him with the mustache. It turned out thicker than I wanted it to be, but you can only do so much working with some substances. And actually, I like it this thick. It may not be true to what he looks like with a beard that he favors, but I take artistic freedom when I can get away with it. So he looks good. So we'll get a close up of his face, and you'll see the one eye is a bit more dull than the other eye, and that was just by happenstance with the Magic Sculpt getting a little on the eye, and I couldn't get it completely off. So we'll be right back and see his face. So the left eye is a bit fuzzier, this eye that you see coming into view here, compared to the other eye. And again, that was just happenstance. It's an accident. Some of the Magic Sculpt got on the eye, and I couldn't get it completely off. So there you go. So the accessories are basically something out of nothing. They were just lying around gathering dust, and I thought, well, what could I make for this character? And this is basically PVC pipe here, this part here, and painted black on the outside, copper on the top. These are USB related materials that can plug something in here, and on the back something else, and just painted a little of it copper that you can see here. Kept the silver, kept the black, so it would be more uniform here. And then the wire, every other one was copper or silver like Cyborg. And this thing here, and this does move around, I can move it as I see fit. This is the top of a boot. So the foot was cut off, and then some leather was put on the bottom, brown, and brown on the top, but the boot was black. So it kind of has a deer look or a horse look, even though it's a two-footed creature. So very whimsical, very artistic, and I just liked it. I fell in love with it after I made it, so I put it next to this character. The plant, this is PVC pipe, just cut and glued to the wooden base here, and found some rusted wire in an abandoned lot next to us, and just bent them up so it kind of looks like a plant. It looks like brown twigs, that sort of thing, I thought anyway. And I thought that was a cool look. This is the coffee table, is just a tin can with a platter that was harvested from a hard drive, and there's a magnet on it, and then some BBs are stuck around the magnet. I can turn it up a little bit so you can see the look there, and the reflection. It's so cool looking, I think. And in the middle of it is from a retractable lanyard that had keys at the end, or ID card, I should say. It broke one day and this thing popped out of it. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so artistic. I got to use that somewhere where I've got some circles going on, something artistic. And it's perfect. It jiggles very easily, but it's cool looking. So there are the accessories, the vase with the plant in it, the coffee table. It has this wonderful decor in the middle, and this very whimsical deer or horse, whatever you want to call it, with two legs. So that completes the look of the accessories for Victor Stone. We are back, and it is really crowded, but at least you can kind of get some feel for the superheroes with their civilian counterparts. All the ones in the back are Hot Toys except for Wonder Woman, which is a Kotobukiya figure on a Hot Toys stand. So we have Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. They're all Hot Toys figures, again, the exception being Kotobukiya for Wonder Woman. And then we have their civilian counterparts. We have Victor Stone here for Cyborg. We have Arthur Curry for Aquaman, Barry Allen for The Flash, Bruce Wayne for Batman, Diana Prince for Wonder Woman, and Clark Kent for Superman. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I should add, all of these are customized, unbranded heads, with the exception of this one. This one is SL Customs, and the only customized element for this figure are the walking sticks down below. Everything else is unbranded except for this one. Everything is customized except for the head. It's Hot Toys. So there you go. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.